can't give credit to Eli Manning because Eli Manning doesn't stop throwing interceptions. Not even interceptions. They're the ugliest interceptions.
They're overthrows. He's doing it on purpose sometimes.
It looks like it.
It's picked off by Seattle Maxwell. Oh, man, what an interception. The fourth of the day for Eli Manning.
It's a different part of the offense. When Carmelo Anthony's at the power forward position, he has more room to operate because even though bigger players are on him, he can just shoot over them. He's faster than bigger players in the league.
So that's what makes Carmelo Anthony special.
Yes.
He's a special player because not everybody can do that.
In the hands of Anthony. Anthony for three. Puts it in! Knicks by one with 8.2 remaining.
But you know what's going to shock the world is if somebody comes closer to the Yankees. Cano, I don't think he's going to hesitate that much or just leave him. Think he may just leave?
Nah, he's going to stay.
Robinson Cano has agreed to sign with the Mariners.
Just fortunately for the Giants, they were on the winning end of the sloppy game.
They were less of a slob on the dinner table.
Listen to this.
The Giants were less of a slob than the Raiders were at the dinner table, and the dinner table was the football field.
I don't know how you do it. I don't understand. You come up with these things on the top of your head.
On the spot.
A-Rod and Jeter both brought in more fan excitement. There was always more of a buzz.
1-2. He loops out the left field. Going to be a tough play. Jeter on the run, makes the play, and flies into the stands. Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter!
You know how excited I am?
I know. I can see it in your face.
I'm more excited than a caterpillar on the day turning into a butterfly. That's how excited I am for the Knicks coming back.
And we are sitting here, two legends of the trade. Sports broadcasting is what we do.
That's what we do, man.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Sports debating, even got Skip and Steve and Nate hating. Just two dudes from the 914 talking about basketball, baseball, and so much more. So tune in and don't be loony. Now let's get to the action like a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, with your host Anthony Carlo, Benzino the hero. Let's go.
Hello and welcome everybody to WICR and AB Sports Conversation, where Benzino the hero and Anthony Carlo are inhabiting your beautiful afternoon.
Benzino the hero back on the ones and twos. That's for sure. Anthony Carlo on his threes and fours. AB Conversation.
We really have that designated over here because I don't think we do. Is it really that I believe here, you're guest one on my board here. That's
yes.
What your label is.
But your microphone-wise, we're talking about Anthony is the host.
Well,
microphone-wise.
I don't like to say that.
The way the microphone has been situated by previous WICR members, the host is the first mic you see, which is Anthony Carlo.
You know I like to refer to us as co-hosts. You know that.
Yes.
So you know I do not take the responsibility of being the host on this show. I like to refer to you and I as co-hosts.
Yes.
We both host the show.
The B doesn't come after the A, or the A doesn't come before the B.
All I know is that flannel shirt you're wearing, that's what's coming first on my mind today.
Man.
The flannel shirt, trying to decide whether it's plaid or flannel, but I think it's flannel.
I don't know, but it looks very nice on me. And that New York Knicks basketball sweater, Anthony, I'm digging it. Show the audience.
Oh, yeah.
New York Knicks basketball. Media day was the other day. Training camp just started. New York Knicks basketball, full effect.
You know what somebody told me today? I know I told you this off the air.
Blasphemy.
But somebody said to me, they go, the Knicks, you feel proud wearing that sweatshirt? The Knicks have been the laughing stock of the NBA for the past 20 years.
I would have had a conversation with that gentleman or madam, and it wouldn't be good. I would defend my squad.
I know.
New York Knicks basketball.
Ben bleeds blue and orange. He'll live and die with the Knicks. So I know you'd be proud of me though. I said to him, I disagree with that statement. I do not think we've been the laughing stock of the NBA
Talk that talk
for the last
man.
20 years. You know,
Defend the squad. Even though the Knicks have had
their ups and
situations
downs. Yeah.
that did not have shine the brightest at the Garden, it's still New York Knicks basketball. That's what I wrote with. Who's in the control room?
Well, we got a whole bunch of people in the
Jiggity?
control room today. Shout out to Rob Jiggity, who we will be inviting back on the show in segment 2.
Wow, Jiggity.
We got a packed show today. First of all, we want to talk about
Joe's in the room.
we want to talk about a little article that was released today.
Sax Daddy.
And we'll Sack Daddy's out there. We want to talk about a little article that was released today, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the baseball postseason, Major League Baseball preview of the postseason, how the picture is being painted, how we think it's going to look.
Okay.
And then we'll get into later on some NFL because it was week 4. We're looking forward to week 5. And so we got a great show today. Now, Ben.
Tell me about this article.
This article, which was written about Derek Jeter, which was provided to me, I was made aware of today by the head of the radio station here, Mr. Michael Demergis.
Demergis. What up?
Now, Derek Jeter, for his whole career, correct me if I am wrong, but he has been pretty much a guy staying clear of the drama, correct?
Yes.
He has not gotten caught up in the things that sometimes eat up athletes.
And being in New York City, the media capital of the world, to add on to the pressure that Derek Jeter hasn't been in trouble.
There's the key. Media capital of the world.
Yes.
That brings us into the other part of this equation, the media. Derek Jeter's spoken to the media all of these years, but in essence, he hasn't really spoken, and I put quotation marks around that word. And that's for the fact that Derek has always been yes or no with the media, didn't always indulge his feelings, his emotions, what he was really thinking, and for that reason, he's been called out on his new website that he's creating called the Players Tribune.
Oh.
Now, the Players Tribune, according to Derek Jeter, or according to this article, is going to be a place where athletes can give their unfiltered opinion of what's going on in sports.
Sounds reasonable.
Now, wait a second. People say, wait a second. We have something called Twitter.
Yes.
Now, as you know, celebrities, professional athletes, regular people usually have a Twitter account.
At Benzino _ the Hero, for example.
Benzino's an example from the category of celebrities that he has a Twitter account.
Carl one as well, but
No.
celebrities, they have fun on Twitter. Celebrities use that, athletes use that to voice their opinion, tell the fans what they're really thinking, and promote themselves as well.
Right. So people are going to say, wait a second, the Players Tribune, what is the difference between what we already have in Twitter? Well, the answer is simply that there's going to be producers and editors watching the Players Tribune a little more carefully, where you're not going to get your normal Looney Tune thought from an athlete that usually gets them in trouble. Can I think of a tweet that got an athlete in trouble?
And not Antonio Brown. He was a Steeler running back.
Le'Veon Bell?
Him or Dwyer at the time?
Yeah, Dwyer's on the
Rashad
Cardinals.
Mendenhall. Thank you, Joe.
Rashad Mendenhall.
Rashad
Joe
Mendenhall.
Archino from the control room.
Control room. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, what was that? Do you remember his tweet?
It was something about 9/11, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
It was something a controversial topic that he tweeted about.
We also have recently, I remember Colin Cowherd talking about it not too long ago. Matt Harvey's middle finger tweet, I believe that was on Twitter. There have been instances on Twitter where athletes have gotten themselves in a little bit of controversy because of their tweets. Now, this new Players Tribune supposedly is going to be a little more carefully watched, which leads me to think, why is it then considered unfiltered athletes' real feelings?
Because on Twitter you have maybe because on Twitter you have 140 characters.
That's
to
true.
Say what you want to say.
Maybe they'll have more room.
This outlet, you can really express your feelings.
And I think another reason why is because this website is being created to eliminate the media being the middleman. That's one of the main reasons why Jeter, I think, is creating this website, is because he no longer has to tell the media what he's really feeling, which he never did to begin with, and which is why we can celebrate his leaving baseball and passing the face on to someone else, is because he never got himself into any trouble.
What I don't understand about this website, is the middleman aspect. Yes, the media is there, but players have relationship with certain media members. Stephen A. Smith, for example, Kobe Bryant could just text him, and then Stephen A. will respond
Right.
with something and bring out news.
You're completely right. But if you realize in today's media society, when there's let's say a scrum and post-game scrum, Stephen A. Smith may be one person there that Kobe Bryant could maybe explain his true feelings to via text. You also have 25 to 30 other reporters there,
Yes.
who are all asking Kobe Bryant questions.
Same question.
And all want to know what he really thinks. Now, according to Derek Jeter, when those questions were being asked, listen, Derek, what do you really feel about Joe Girardi sitting down Jorge Posada? Listen, Derek, what do you really think about the Red Sox and Ryan Dempster plunking A-Rod, even though A-Rod's been a steroid scandal, been involved in the steroid scandal? Derek never came out with what he really thought.
Yep.
He always said the right thing. You can't always tell me that as a human being, your real feeling is the right thing.
Yes.
So now Derek has a way to basically, and it was put in these words. Let me read this. Let me read this as a quote. Okay, Jeter has done merely. Jeter has declared war on his own kingmakers. He never told reporters good quotes because he did not trust them. So the media is saying that the very people who made Jeter who he was, the media by hyping him up and talking about all of his greatness. Now Jeter's attacking them by saying, I never trusted the media. I thought they were going to distort everything I said, so I never told them what I really thought, and now I can through the Players Tribune.
I hope this website doesn't turn out to be a TMZ Sports, a tabloid page. I hope it strictly says, as it said, about players saying what they want to say and getting it out correctly. And also, I want to see who's going to run this website. Because Derek Jeter's not going to be waiting on the phones. Hey, A-Rod, you got something to say today?
Right, yeah.
Mello, any word in the locker room?
Right.
So editors, I think highly newspaper people
Yeah.
would be in charge of this. I just want to see how it turns out.
Well, I think that it's funny that this is a website to sort of combat the fact that players have to talk to the media, yet he said, or it was written, that there's going to be producers and editors, which are all involved in the media field. Maybe he's going to choose people who've not had a, maybe he'll choose his own people to run the website.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you said about the TMZ thing, I kind of doubt that because it's Derek Jeter. Yeah, and Derek has always stayed away from the controversy, the drama. So I think this is going to be a sort of a clean thing,
I wonder how it's going to be. The website's going to be laid out. Is it just statements or full-blown thing? Because as we know, Derek Jeter announced this retirement via Facebook.
Yes, he did.
He wrote a long article.
Yes.
And that article per se for another athlete can be on the Tribune Sports page now.
Right, exactly. That's a perfect point. Jeter's Facebook post would probably be put on his website if he had it at the time. And I think when you break this down, it's just interesting to look at this article and realize that Derek Jeter, all these years was kind of quiet.
Yes.
As a captain, he really led by example. Literally.
Yep.
He really never said anything. He really never voiced his opinion to the fact that it would bring up any controversy. And when you voice your emotions, a lot of the times it does bring up controversy.
Yep.
I want to ask you, Ben, was it a bad thing that Jeter all these years angered the media by not really giving them a lot to write about, or was it good because he stayed unscathed?
It was good and bad for them. It was good that Derek Jeter had the mindset as a youngster as in a person coming up into the league.
Right.
This is how I'm going to act in front of the cameras.
Right.
And bad that reporters like, really, Derek? That's all you're going to say?
Right.
No comment. Next question.
Right.
But I think it's cool that Derek Jeter is now doing this because after 20 somewhat years in baseball, that's a lot of things kept in your head.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's a great point. It's like almost now he has an outlet to let go what he thinks. And I think that I agree with you 100%. I don't think Jeter was ever in the wrong with not telling the media these expanded things, that he kept it simple and stayed out of trouble. Because I don't think if he didn't do that, I don't think Jeter would be celebrated as much as he is leaving now.
Yes.
Because we feel as if we're losing somebody who was the face of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we would have celebrated his greatness and his clutch plays, there would always be that part of him that made him like every other athlete. The fact that sometimes they say stuff that gets them in trouble.
Anthony, you said something perfect. How Derek Jeter is the face of baseball.
Thank you.
Because as in the literal terms of the face of baseball, not the mouth, the face of baseball.
Wow. You blew my mind for the first time. That Ben's going to dap me up over here. Ben blew my mind for the first time in our new season.
Yep.
Ben Zeno in season 2 released the first. It was the analogies last year. I remember one thing that caught my mind.
Boom.
Was
Mouth hit, man.
You blew the dome. Rob, he blew the dome.
It's crazy. Derek Jeter is literally the face of baseball, not the mouth.
Last year, I remember one of the first great analogies Ben made was that the Giants were the sloppy ones at the dinner table.
There was a slop on the dinner table.
And we added that in our show intro.
Yep.
But this year, we may have to add that into the new intro.
Crazy.
That Jeter's the face because of that reason.
It is. It's true.
Beautiful. Okay, I think we're going to move on. We're going to take a commercial break. Now, when you come back, get prepared because Rob Jiggity will be on.
Rob Jiggity is prepared for the preparedness of the preparing of AV Conversation Part 2.
So he will be back here back in the studio. We'll be breaking down the postseason.
Yes.
MLB postseason. So make sure you stay tuned. We will be right back on AV Conversation.
AB Conversation, one of the best shows on